it should bring down goods inflation. So it should be benefiting the Japanese consumer in that way. It'll be dragging on the Japanese exporter, so it will harm profits. But the difficulty for the Bank of Japan, Tom, has been, as you kind of mentioned there, rice inflation, food inflation has been one of those things that have made the BOJ wrong-footed for most of this year. We've had CPI prints. We've had about 7 of them now this year, but for 4 of them, they've come in stronger than expected. And that's thanks to the food inflation, sushi, rice prices, and the correlation between a stronger yen usually leads to lower inflation for Japan. We haven't had that in the past 6 or 7 months.
So Jordan, is that the reason? I mean, I think a lot of folks hearing that the Bank of Japan is raising rates seems kind of out of step with the rest of the world, where many of the central banks are cutting rates, including potentially here the Federal Reserve a couple times here in the U.S. this year.
Yeah, Japan has completely decorrelated itself from the global monetary cycle. It's quite rare, actually. It's usually all central banks go up and down in rates in line with whatever the Fed does. But Japan's had a very structural big shift in its labor market. That we had a lot of FX depreciation in previous years that essentially released the genie from the bottle. So inflation is out there. Inflation expectations amongst firms and households are higher than what they are. And what Japan's long-term story has been, it's been about demographic decline and a shrinking labor force. But what we're seeing now is demand for Japanese labor going up. We're seeing record exports of semiconductors in Japan, for example, but the labor force has been shrinking. And so combine that together, you've got stronger wage growth, and that's the genie that has been released from the bottle.
What is the significance, Jordan, as a student of this? I think of Robbie Feldman over at Morgan Stanley as well. Jordan, you're a huge student of this. What's the so what for the United States if we get strong yen, LDP in the parliamentary system destabilizes? What's the so what for someone living in Des Moines?
What a great record so what is. One of the ones I've actually bothered to learn. In terms of what it means for Japan, Tom.
What's it mean for America? Des Moines,
what it means for America.
Jordan, help me. Stop the show.
You threw me off with a Miles Davis reference, I'll be honest.
Jordan, Des Moines is in Iowa, okay? It's not north of Shogun, okay? What's it mean for Iowa?
Well, it means that Japanese exports are going to become less competitive if you have a stronger yen. And it means that the US car industry will have something of a bit of a boon to it. You've also got, throw on top of the tariffs, domestic production of US cars should go up. So it should, combined, it's what Trump wants.